Money moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a mother movie. So today we're gonna be reacting to Long Live Langston, who recently moved out of the country, and he said that people are upset that he moved out the country. So today we're gonna be reacting to his video. Um, see what he's talking about, etc. You know. So without further ado, make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And let's hop straight into the video.
Yo, what's going on? What's happening? I want to show y'all something real quick. Hold on, bear with me. I gotta walk down here to show it to you all. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy, but I want to show this to you. Hold on. All right, we're right there. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. It's going all the way up that tree. Look. Hold on. Hold on. Now I'm leading to something. Just bear with me. I just want you to pay attention to these ants.
I know he having a blast looking at these different the different animals and stuff wherever he is. I don't know what country he's in. I seen a couple of his videos, but you're gonna see some different stuff in other countries, and this is different right here. But let's keep it moving.
Look at the work that they're putting in. Look at the unity that they're practicing. Look at that. Hold on, let's fast forward a little bit, go all the way up the line. Nobody's complaining. Well, of course, they don't speak English and nothing like that, but they're working. They do this every morning, every morning. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's gossiping. Nobody had time for that. They working. They working for their community. Hold on, let's go all the way down here. Look at that. Working. Hold on, let's jump all the way to the line. All the way over here. I don't even know how far they're going. Hold on. Look at this, man. If only black people could work together like this. Look at that. Look at this, man.
And he's right, but the thing about it is that that I figured out that modern American black people, since we have an American culture, most of us, um, most people come here with culture, but American black people, we're so divided, you know, it's sad to say that it has to start with you, your wife, if you have one, and your kids, and hopefully like your mom or your dad, if you got one, you know, 'cause that's where it starts at. But as a whole, we might be the same complexion and stuff like that, but it's no way possible for us to band together and do anything. And I didn't try, you know what I'm saying? And I'm convinced there's no hope. But let's keep it moving.
Look at this.
I wonder what country he's in.
Hold on, I'm gonna get to the.
This dude stays right by the ocean. He stays right
I don't even know.
by the ocean.
Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. Look at this. It's going all the way up. Now let me show you where they're coming from. What tree they're coming from. All the way up there. All the way up there. All the way down here. This is crazy. Let's get to this video, man. Yo, what's going on? What's happening? I really think that this was a much needed video to be made. You know, ever since I moved out of America, I received a lot of positive comments and the videos that I've done since I've been here, you know. And it's sad to say, you know, some people would say, you know, hey man, why are you paying attention to the negative comments? You know, there are a lot of positive comments where people have said, you know, that they're happy that you left America and now you're on to a new journey. Why pay attention to the negative comments?
Oh yeah. It's absolutely okay to me for whoever somebody falls in love with, you know, if he's green, blue, yellow. I don't really look at, you know, if black women want to date white guys, that's absolutely cool. But when it comes to black people as a whole, like I was saying, when it comes to African American people as a whole, our culture has been manufactured, sort of say. Our culture is manufactured, where guys think their culture come from a Boys to the Hood movie. You know, it's just so many differences with African American people in America, like different tribes and stuff like that. That most of us is not going to get along. But this brother right here, you know, I watched some of his older videos. I think he done stayed in Atlanta. He's from down south. And he done moved out of the country. You know. And a lot of people do not get to have this luxury. I'm excited for this brother right here, man. Let's keep it moving, guys. I'm not gonna get too much in the comments. I see people hitting the comments. I'm gonna stay on track with the video. If you guys want me to discuss something that's not pertaining to the video, that's what the super chat button is for. So, you know, I'm gonna probably ignore messages and less people super chat and stuff like that. But other people can see the messages though. But let's keep it moving.
Because the negative comments have energy just like the positive comments. And the negative comments shows that there are people that just don't like to be happy and they don't want to see anyone else happy.
Facts.
And I'm ashamed and embarrassed to say that these folks that are making these negative comments, that are upset or mad that I moved out of America, look just like me.
Facts.
They're not white folks. They're not non-blacks. They're black people that have made these negative comments. I know, because I know how my people talk. And that's a shame. It's a shame that we're in 2025. We're still not united, and we never will be.
Facts. I'm glad that this brother's just realizing that, you know, like I figured out that the way that I can help my black people in America is to detach myself from things that I used to do, like crime. Like, now I stay away from certain, ain't no friends, you know. Um, families have been um destroyed in America. There's no more family, you know. There was a point in time when I was coming up where we had Easter, you know what I'm saying? We barbecue, family events. The families don't get together no more. So why would I say that, oh, I got aunties and uncles right now that I ain't talked to in 10 years. Like first cousins. Don't care less about me. So why would I go off and just because another dude's black and be like, oh, this is my brother, bro, we about to be friends. It's not like that, and it's sad to say that. You supposed to judge people. It don't matter what color you is. That's what I was saying on the video. If a black woman want to date a white dude, that's on her. If you gotta judge people like Martin Luther King said about the content of your character. You judge somebody off the content of their character, not by the way they look. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when we go on these jobs, a lot of people are gonna judge us straight up because we're black guys. You know what I'm saying? But once they see your character, then they be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? This is, your character was what makes you. And if somebody's judging you just to judge you, then let them do it. Ain't no reason to get emotional and stuff like that. But let's keep it moving on.
That if anything, you should be proud that I took a leap of faith. I believed in myself. And my family believed in me. They believed in a vision that I had for all of us to move out of America in order to not move to a specific. See, I don't look at things the way that you all look at things. Like, I give you an example. I don't say I want to move back to Africa, or I want to move to Jamaica or Mexico.
Facts. I don't look at it like that either. And I actually talked to my wife about moving somewhere as well, to another country. Yeah, I'm specifically fond of Asian countries. It doesn't even matter. I'm specifically fond of Asia. Ain't nothing wrong with Africa, Jamaica, but just because I'm black, you know, don't mean that when I leave the country, I might want to go to Switzerland, one of the richest countries in the world. Which I don't want to go to Switzerland because I don't feel like that's my vibe. But let's keep it moving. Let's see what he's talking about.
I don't say that. No, I say that I want to move to Mother Nature. See, in America, that's corporate land. It's the land of the asphalt jungle. Whereas outside of America is where you truly get to live and flourish. So I don't identify with human beings naming different parts of land a name. Nah, guess what? This whole planet is my fucking home.
Facts.
And who is going to tell me that I don't
Facts.
belong anywhere on this fucking planet.
You see, now this brother's thinking outside the box. I wasn't even thinking on his level. You know, it ain't even about America. You know, I understand he left America, but you can go anywhere. We're from Earth, you know. If somebody decides to go to Russia, it's gonna be people talking about, oh, you going to Russia, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you a communist and stuff like that. You know, nobody should be able to tell you where you can and can't go. You know, live your truth, whatever your purpose is in life. You know, do that. You know, I'm rocking. I'm rocking with this dude. Rocking with him.
Earth, that we call Earth, that humans call Earth. Not when you didn't participate in creating the ocean, creating trees. All of this shit here was here before humans existed, and they will be here, and it will be here after. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, true indeed. I got to play the little kiddie politics that human beings create for other human beings by going through the whole process of getting a passport and going through customs and all the rest of that shit. But at the end of the day, Mother Earth, Mother Nature is for everyone. If who are you to put borders, perimeters around places that I can't go? Why do I need permission to go to any type of land that exists on this planet when you didn't even create this planet? I don't give a fuck what race you are.
Facts. Now that's black power.
So anywhere I lay my head at is home. I don't give a fuck if it's Russia. I don't give a fuck if it's Africa.
Like I just said.
Erroneously called Russia,
Facts.
Africa, Mexico, Peru, Argentina.
You see, I can ride with a brother like this because I know that, you know, from his mindset that he's dying for something that means something. I ain't just about to go ride with Black Lives Matter for no reason. Fighting for a country. How are we gonna fight for America? You know, this is not our country. You know, we're Americans, but America is not our country. You know, we're in America, okay? You know, we live here. We gotta work all our lives, you know, just to have a decent apartment, because these days apartments cost more than a house. You know, man, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. Ain't no reason to trying to burn down buildings in America, because America has one of the strongest militaries on the face of this planet. And who would think that, you know, ain't no overthrowing it. But let's keep it moving.
And the list goes on. This is my home that humans call the earth. And black people are mad and upset that I just moved to another room, to another portion of what we call this planet. I don't get it. But then again, I do, because I have family members that have lived all their lives in one spot. They'll never get to see this shit unless it's on a movie.
Facts.
And they can't fathom in their minds. I got family members and friends that think that way. They can't fathom in their minds that they can possibly live like this. You see, I was brave enough to take that leap of faith and belief in myself as well as my family. And don't get upset that you don't have that same type of faith and belief in you. That's the problem. that someone did something out of the ordinary, and now you can't make any excuses. I moved here with kids, plural.
Facts. He sound like me while all my kids back there asleep right now. And you hear me? Wife and kids. You know, they all back there asleep right now. Sleeping peacefully.
I moved here with a whole family. Now you can't go to work. You can't go to the cookouts and to the to the clubs and the parties and talk about how you want to move and all of your what is it? I'm having a brain fart. All of your goals. Without saying in your mind, you know what? Damn, man, I'm full of shit. Sky's not the limit. All things are possible. And you can't get upset for someone that basically used his own mind to get out of his own situation that he was in, as well as his family in America. I ain't asked y'all for shit. I don't even know why these people talking about some, not only black people are knocking me for moving out, but they're delusional as well. The comments are diabolical, as well as savage. Like y'all are just making up shit. Well, you know that I know them YouTube checks was YouTube don't pay me like that. You want to make all these excuses.
Facts. And you know, the people in the comments be crazy, bro, like most of the time. Like, and YouTube, like he said, YouTube is not like, yeah, we ain't making that much money on YouTube, bro. Like, at all. Like it's another source of income, you know. But I understand exactly what he's saying though.
On why? I'm more than sure you're gonna throw in the tax season too. Well, you know, I hear this shit. Well, you know, them donations. Don't nobody donate to me like that. Real talk. You just don't want to admit. First of all, you don't know me. And then the second thing is you just don't want to admit that I got here because of me. No one else. And even if, let's just say for the sake of the conversation, I got donations, I got my taxes back, what else? What else could you imagine that I got help in? Receiving money. No matter what it is, no matter what I had to do to get here, I'm here. That's what makes the difference. That's what really matters.
Facts.
Straight up. Because if you were here with me, I wouldn't question how you got here. I would just welcome you and say, yo, man, I'm glad you made it here. And that's real shit. I just don't get it, and I don't understand black people. Or should I say, niggas?
Like I feel he's saying, but it's not like all black people, you know, like, because they got black people all over the world. Mainly is African American black people who are from America. You know, it's just the culture, like the culture that African American, which really isn't a culture, honestly. You know, you don't have to live in your shell. You can expand, you can explore, you can learn things, you can go to China and live. You don't have to. I got family in Memphis who ain't never left Memphis. The farthest they'd have been out of Memphis is Arkansas or Mississippi. Ain't never seen the beach. You ain't never seen a beach. Think about that. Ain't never seen the ocean the sunrise on the ocean. You know, yeah, just certain things that we have to do as human beings. You have to get out there. You have to explore.
That's the way I should put it. People should be definitely happy for me. And this should inspire and motivate you to do whatever you want to do, set out to do in life. Maybe it's not moving out of the country. Maybe it's not moving out of the United States of America spelled with 3 Ks. Maybe it's finding a better job. Maybe your goals and achievements are not moving out of the United States. Maybe it's getting married this year. Maybe it's buying a more affordable and reliable car. Maybe it's, I don't know, learning how to swim because you don't know how to swim, taking up swimming lessons. But me being here shouldn't get you upset or make you mad. You know, I hear this shit. Oh, he'll be back. The backdrop. Oh, this is another one. This, like I said, man, black people are delusional. They think this backdrop is fake. That is a green screen.
Facts.
Why would I go that far? Why would I go that distance to appear that I'm somewhere that I'm not? It don't make sense. I've been, check it. We could go down the timeline. I was doing videos in my closet. From my closet, I went to the car, my car. From my car, I went to my bedroom. Why would I just automatically just put up a green screen and say, oh yeah, I'm in this place. You know, I'm in such and such and such. That shit don't make sense. But I know what you want me to do. You want me to show and prove to you all where I'm at. And another thing too is, I think some of the comments that are negative, people just want attention. They just want me to respond. Straight up. People love, in specific, black people love to see another person unhappy. Because as the saying goes, what? Misery loves company. And I'm not going to keep you company. This will probably be the last video that I do addressing the negativity, but I had to do it. Because this is what hinders and stops progression, productivity in the black community. I showed you all these ants. They do this shit every morning and early in the morning and then right before it gets dark. And it's not just them. It's not just them. There are tons of ants that's doing that all around here. Busy at work. You know, when you want to see the monkeys, the iguanas, and all of these animals, they up early in the morning looking for food. They're working.
I wonder where this fool at talking about these monkeys. You know what I'm saying? I know one place that has monkeys, like in the community and stuff is, I think it's countries in Malaysia. You can see the monkeys and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy. Like, imagine being from the United States and never been out to see wild animals, and they got places you can actually go where you be like, oh my God, it's a monkey. Like, you know, he might, if you eating something, he probably gonna come up and try to get you for your food too. You know, like yeah, man, the world is a beautiful place, and we got to get out here, get passported up, and go see it. You know,
Real shit. And it's crazy that how they call this the wildlife. But from what I see, There's divine order. There's no fighting. I mean, you might see a little bickering here and there between the animals. But really, technically, there's no fighting. There's no bickering. Everyone is doing what they're supposed to do and being who and what they're supposed to be. I don't see an ant trying to be a motherfucking dog or frog. If you get what I'm saying. I never saw a monkey wanting to chop off his body parts to be something other than what he is or she is. Well, I'm going to cut off my tail because today I think I'm a human.
Hey guys, this dude's link is in the description below. Long live Langston. This dude just came a long way, y'all. A long way. The progress is real. Progress is real. And he looks like one of my relatives. He looks like he could be related to me. And I think about my cousins in Memphis, who he looks like. He looks like a couple of my cousins. And, and this dude is all the way in whatever country he's in. It's good he ain't telling nobody. I'm pretty sure he's going to slip up and say it one day. We're going to figure it out. But, my cousin them in the penitentiary 10 years. A victim to African American culture in America. I know how bad it is. I'm in a predominantly white area now in my life. It's white, Asian, and Spanish. Like, ain't no fighting. I don't be seeing. I see meth heads and stuff, but I don't see people fighting. Nobody getting robbed or none of that. And then I want to move back down south where all my brothers and sisters at and stuff like that. Where all the African American people are at. And then I think about all the stuff I've seen in my communities. Guys getting deleted for nothing. The little boys walking around with banana clips. And I got girls. I got a son on the way too. It's crazy. This dude ain't did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. This is some man stuff right here. But let's keep it moving.
They're keeping this away from us. And you don't realize that. No, seriously, this is my word. See, I'm from the outside now. So I could tell you this factually. These countries outside of the United States, they're warning people that travel to the United States from other countries. Ain't that funny? It used to be the other way around. That people from the United States that come to visit other countries were warned that it may be, certain countries, it may be dangerous to visit. Now, these countries outside of America are saying, if you want to travel to the United States, take precautions.
Facts.
Because it may be dangerous right about now.
Hey guys, I do see the comments. I'm not gonna get off topic on the videos. If you guys want me to specifically answer a question, that's what the super chat button is for, because we got people who it'll be disrespectful for me to answer somebody's comment and start a conversation like I used to when we got a whole video going. So if you guys got any questions or anything, that's what the super chat button is for. If you guys want to support the channel, that's what the super chat button is for. Also, you can get a membership to the YouTube channel. I got one member out of everybody. I got one member who been a member for about 3 months. His duffel bag money membership, he paid $20 a month. for this membership. I got lesser memberships too. If you having trouble with money, you struggling with it or whatever, you know what I'm saying. If you guys want to support the channel, man, just rock with me, bro. Well, let's keep it moving.
This is governments that are in other countries that's telling their citizens pretty much indirectly not to visit the United States at this point in time. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. The shit that's going on in the United States is ridiculous. And Pretty Ricky sent me a beautiful message. You know what I'm saying? And I thank you for it, Pretty Ricky, man.
Who is
it's nothing like that brotherly
Ricky?
Love.
Who is Pretty Ricky?
I could feel his pat on my back saying, yo, man, I'm proud of you. And sooner than later, I'm going to be down there with you. It may not be in the same area, but I'm going to be around the corner.
Facts.
But Pretty Ricky said, yo, man, don't even pay what's going on in the United States any attention. And it's like, yeah, I get it. But, you know, at the same time, I'm somewhat tied to it. You know, I still got family members that I left. I'm talking about my immediate family I took with me. But, you know, my grandmother, my aunts, cousins, etc. You know what I'm saying? Father, mother, etc. Sister, you know, it's still there. And then another thing, too, is I still get, even though it's expensive, I still get some of my food from America. You know, my grains. Because they have certain laws that you know, you can't bring flour. Because we bought our food here. See, I was smart. I brought my food with me. So, you know, grains such as quinoa, wild rice, black rice, certain things that I can't get here. But even if I could get here, it would be double, if not triple the price. So I got to pay attention to what's going on in America when they say the tariffs are official. So that means that I got to pay regular price for my grains and stuff that I can't get here. You know what I'm saying? And where I'm at, because I would have to pay quadruple the amount, or they may not have it. Then I got to pay whatever the price is going to be as far as dealing with tariffs. Then I got to pay shipping to get it here. But worst kind of worse, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to let the quinoa and all the rest of that shit go. Matter of fact, to be real with you, most of my food is imported from other countries to the United States. So what I would have to just find the plug. That's real shit. And do away with the middleman, which is the United States. Because quinoa is not grown in the United States. It's grown in Peru and Bolivia. And that's, Central South America. As an example. I would just have to find a plug. And go to wherever my food is. Do you understand this? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't allow politics to judge over me anymore. I live a simple life. I'm not endorsing or sponsoring anyone. That's the reason why you see me, I ain't got no shirt on.
Just chilling.
I'm not wearing anyone else's name on my chest. I remember back in the days, you know what I'm saying? It was cool in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? You wear Ralph Lauren and all the rest of that shit. Oh, let me get the Ralph Lauren too. Ralph Lauren and big ass polo all over, the name polo all over your shirt and on your back and all of that shit. That's free advertisement for the company. That's free advertisement for Ralph Lauren. And lo and behold, all of his clothing, his whole clothing line was inspired by a black man. I'm just not figuring that out. I just now found that out. That all the polo and Ralph Lauren, all of that fly shit, excuse me, let me take it back. All that shit that black people made look fly, because a black person could wear some shit and it look fly, but that same outfit could be put on a non-black and it look like shit. All that shit that we made fly was inspired, was taken from a black man. Do your research, you'll find them. But yeah, man. We had so much potential. We were, and in certain areas right now are great. You know what I'm saying? But we're not working in unison. We're not working together. How can a bunch of ants beat our ass?
Mm-hmm.
I call what I showed you earlier in this video determination. And let me tell you something about these ants. They're resilient. If I step on one of them, all of them gonna attack me. If I pour hot water on the line and it kills off a few, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna keep on coming. This should be the same thing for black people. No matter what they throw at us. Racism, systemic racism, mass incarceration, Jim Crow, crack epidemic, the weaponization of hip hop. Doesn't make a difference what they throw at us. We should be resilient. We should stand together. But it's sad that I think it's too late.
It's been too
I really do.
I've been coming to that conclusion.
And that nowadays,
it's done. It's a wrap.
As I showed you in the video, the earlier part of this video, you had a trail of ants determined to get to their destination, to build this village. Or pretty much, I assume the queen ant is somewhere near. It's a shame that trail, a journey, we have to take on an individual level. As individuals, not as a collective, not as how those ants were working together in unison. Because it can't work. It can't work nowadays.
Facts. And other cultures, like how American black people, we are separated when we pay rent and stuff like that. Like, okay, so say for instance you got a black family and it's just you and you're paying $2,500 for your home. If it's another race or somebody who's not from America, they're way more intelligent. What they'll do is they'll have about 4 or 5 of them, and they each should pay $200-$300 a month. And all the kids, since they're not married, all the girls go in the room, all the boys go in the room. They'll make a big pile of food and let people eat, and none of them are fighting. None of them are fighting and trying to be thug life. And then they save their money. They save their money. And now when they get out the house, they can go and buy a big house. Because they've been saving and living, and, you know, it's crazy. It's hard to explain. But let's keep it moving.
Motherfuckers, if you get black people to try to do what the ants, what I just showed you the ants were doing, you'll have black people complaining. You have black people motherfucking talking about something. When we gonna get a day off? You have black people talking about some, hey man, I need a drink, I need a blunt. You have black people talking about some, yo man, my motherfucking phone, my phone battery died. Niggas talking on the phone, motherfuckers want to play PS5, and niggas want to motherfucking watch basketball games, niggas want to be basketball players. You got all of this shit. Don't you understand that everything that I just named is there to what? Distract us.
Distract you.
That's the main purpose. That's the main reason why there are things that are set up and specific for black people.
At the mic.
But overall for people in general. It's there to distract us from our greatness. It's there to distract us from community building. It's there to distract us from building great pyramids and achieving great things that we've done in the past. Because people want to argue about, well, black people weren't the Egyptians. They didn't build those pyramids. But right down the street, you got Nubia, or Kush, the Kush Empire. You got pyramids that are in Sudan. You got the walls of Benin, or Benin. I don't know. I forgot how to pronounce it. So
I don't want to really get into that topic, but like I said, there was an ancient high-tech civilization that created all of that, and it gets deep. Guys coming from space, fleeing their home country and manipulate the DNA of of our cousins, the regular humans who was in caves that they thought was just animals, and then they used us to, you know, help them and stuff like that. That's why it's a lot of pyramids and stuff all over the world and stuff like that, with all these big blocks and stuff like that. And we was like, oh, black people built it. They ancient, high advanced civilization who had power, higher power than America has, who knew how to manipulate all different types of rocks, knew how to travel in space, come here and go back. Built built that. Ain't no human built that, man. But let's keep it moving.
Timbuktu. You have other great empires that were in Africa that black people, there's no denying it, that built those.
Like I said, they have ancient. I know they have a lot of ancient places in Africa, but they got ancient places all over the world, similar to the pyramids. You got them in Mexico. You got some here in America. You got them all over the world. You know the Inca lines and stuff like that. There was a ancient high tech civilization who created all of that. You know who taught us the Book of Enoch, fallen angels. So-called fell from the heavens, who came from another planet because their planet was dying. Antarctica, back when Antarctica wasn't ice, because there's pyramids in Antarctica as well. So we can't just get on the Africa and the pyramids when these things are all over the world. That's just like reverse racism right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm pro white. Oh, pure white. And oh no, black, we're powerful. All of us are unique, but ain't nobody back when we was using iron, chisels, and copper tools, and you think that slaves, hungry slaves with bad bone quality, lifted 100-ton rock? Man, you better open your eyes, man. You better open your eyes and realize that you're living in a world of fantasy. You're living in a world of magic. You're living in a world beyond a world with worlds. We haven't even got to the level that the ancient civilizations were at. They waiting on us. These are facts.
Those empires, you can't deny our greatness. You can't. And you ain't gonna have Egypt. You could pretend. You got a whole lot of.
No, the thing about it, you see, now he going way off. Egypt, Africa is colonized by three countries. You got South Africa is colonized by the British, and then you got the Iranians, the Muslim guys, the guys who from Iraq, and the Habib guys. Those guys got gold mines in Congo. You know what I'm saying? They control a certain part of Africa. And, this was an ancient civilization series, and all these ancient gods that used to be in the pyramids, these were extraterrestrials. But it's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. That there were giants. There were mermaids. Zeus is real. Zeus was a real person. Hercules was a real person. David and Goliath, these are facts. David and Goliath, these are facts. David slung Goliath with a smooth stone, a giant. There were giants, Nephilims. You know, Adolf Hitler. Come on, Adolf Hitler and everybody fascinated. They're fascinated. Everybody's fascinated with ancient stuff because they're trying to figure out the powers that they can harness because nobody's teaching it no more because that whole civilization from a millions of years ago has been wiped out. They're done. So the only way they can learn if they find the ancient books and stuff like that, how can I, without any tools, without any cranes, manipulate and bring sandstones and granite all the way across the desert and stack them all the way to the sky. And people ain't thinking like that. The story of the people who tried to build a tower to heaven. This is when everybody they tried to build a tower to heaven. Everybody, we all spoke the same language in one time. And what did the gods do? Because it wasn't just one god, it was a multiple gods. What did the gods do? After we tried to, he said, "Oh, these humans are too smart. They're trying to build a temple, the Bible temple to heaven, and they separated us and gave us different languages. We're a hybrid of the gods. We are made in their image." But let's keep it moving. I just had to take y'all into my little crazy world, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving though.
Pretenders. I don't identify, or neither does the real black people identify that shit as being Egypt. Egyptos. We call it Kemet.
We all crazy. It don't matter. We all crazy, man. Like no matter what the only thing we could do is just live. Be the best person we can be. Try to do right by somebody, right by yourself, right by your kids, or whoever you could do right by. Just do right by something. Because the hourglass has been tilted over. Everybody has an hourglass, and the sand is running out for all of us. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. If you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and always remember, hey, bro, it's a motherfucking movie. I know I don't never say it, but I had to say it that time. It's a motherfucking movie, homie. And we in here. And I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next video. Over and out.